And spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Oceanborn, we have our German Terran player, the Red Terran representing Team Maus. It is HeRoMaRinE. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the Polish Protoss player, the Blue Protoss, representing Team Blazer. It is Krystianer. Let's go. Catching up in the chat. But yes, we are here on TvP again. HeRoMaRinE is going to be one of the heavy favorites to win the entire tournament. So we have some big names, despite all the players that didn't show up. We have players like HeRoMaRinE, Big Gabe, we have Clem, we have Rainer, we have MaxPax, we have Showtime. Some big titans of the European region are still here, and they will be duking it out to determine who makes it through and who is this week's champion. Or will there be an upset? Can someone stand in their way? Can Krystianer cause an upset? For the time being, Proxy Rax is going to be a Proxy Rax. Now, not the most committed proxy. The Probe Scout is going to confirm that the Rax is missing. The Rax could be further in the main. It could be at the natural, could be at the third base. And you can see Krystianer, he's looking for that Rax. We should be making Reapers, and this SCV can throw down a bunker behind the mineral line. Behind the natural base, there is potential here to go for a bunker rush and deny mining in the natural to coincide with the Reaper. Nexus has been thrown down, the probe leaves, and here comes that SCV and show us that bunker. Yes, the SCV does slip in between the Nexus and the pylon, throws down the bunker. Now, the reasoning for this is that the bunker can deny mining in the mineral line and can also focus down the pylon to depower the shield battery. So the pylon is going to be under threat. Likewise, Reaper does arrive. Shield battery is on the way. Ooh, we do get one probe kill already. We slip into the main base looking for another probe, and we will not get one yet. Oh! Ooh, as we get a second probe, just barely. Doesn't get surrounded. Stalker has arrived and has this Reaper overextended. One more shot. Ooh. Does get in time. Dives into the bunker. Will be saved. SCV is in position to repair, and we will top up this bunker. Keep it alive. Good juggling so far. Again, we want to try and dive that SCV into the bunker to avoid those shots. As soon as the Stalker does move forward. Oh! A little bit late there to dive in. It did take one shot. One connection on the SCV. You can see the shield battery has been denied. Was cancelled. I believe not killed. Yeah, what? No, it was killed. Ooh, lack of cancel there by Krystianer. Big loss. SCV taking a lot of damage. Does jump in, but it's one shot away from going down. The pylon has been targeted. The pylon will fall, depowering that shield battery. There's a secondary shield battery and pylon behind this. I believe out of range of the overcharge, and these Stalkers are taking damage, but there's the overcharge. Is within range, does top them up. You can see the Stalkers taking a lot of hits. SCV goes down, we salvage the bunker, and the aggression has subsided. Marines are going to be hunted down. Reaper dives into the main base. We're looking for another probe, and can we get one? Oh, they're getting so low. Stalker does come out. We get one more. One more probe. Reaper finally falls. Did we see the tech as well? Let's find out. So far, 3 probe kills, 1 pylon, 1 shield battery. Very nicely done here by HeRoMaRinE. Really good damage, and based on his scouts, he did get eyes on the Twilight Council. He knows, he's aware of the tech. He is aware the tech, is aware of the opener. Behind this, we do have HeRoMaRinE getting into his 3-rack setup, going for a 3-1-1. CC is getting up and running, getting into his mid-game here. But before that, we're going for a Cyclone drop. The aggression just doesn't end. Krystianer, he finally dealt with the Reapers, finally dealt with the bunker. But now, here come the Cyclones. Here they come. Krystianer going right for his third base. So it's going to be a 2-gate opener. 2-gate opener into a third. Very economic here out of Krystianer. Cyclone does come across that third base. Big scout here by HeRoMaRinE. Now he knows how passive and economic Krystianer is being, and how safe he is back at home. Again, with only 2 gateways, Krystianer, he can't really apply any pressure. He can't really be too assertive. So HeRoMaRinE, he can cut corners. He can be safe. Oh, and probes are going down. Yes, Cyclones, they annihilate workers so quickly. 5 probes go down in an instant. We're not done. We're gonna get another 6 probes in total. The Cyclones live, the medevac lives. We can see Krystianer trying to catch out that drop. Going for it. Oh! Doesn't quite get it though. Doesn't quite catch it in the end. Big stalker shots. As we can see, Krystianer trying to corner that medevac. Trying to corner the drop. As behind this, we're going to be settling up on 2 bases. We have +1 on the way. Stim, combat shields. We should be working towards a 3rd base as well, momentarily. As Krystianer is trying to stabilize here on 3 bases and is taking up even further. We started with Blink Stalkers, now we're going into Charge Lots as well as Colossus production. A pretty standard setup here by Krystianer, like nothing too fancy when it comes to his army composition. We're not going into Storm, we're not rushing into Disruptors, at least I assume we're not. HeRoMaRinE will get the hell out of there. We'll get out of there. Krystianer poking across the map with a handful of stalkers. There's no prism, there's no way to reinforce, so we just have a light presence outside. We're not really threatening the bases. And Krystianer has to be very careful to overextend, otherwise he will lose his army. As HeRoMaRinE is breaking free, stimming on forward. I mean, base out of stim. As Krystianer is going to be able to escape, doesn't lose the stalker, not yet. Not yet. Here's HeRoMaRinE. He rotates over towards the left-hand side. Rotates in between the bases. He's arriving here with his first tank. This is a pretty hefty army. Again, Stim, +1 and combat shields. It is all done. Concussive shell in a couple of seconds as well. Colossus has right. We have the overcharge. Auto starts being thrown down. Shield battery gets focused down. And HeRoMaRinE, he wants to break Krystianer here and now. A bit of friendly fire with that mine. Ay, ay, ay. Colossus, we're barely holding on. But the Colossus is so exposed. It's all on its own. And yeah, we can collapse on that Colossus. We can go for one or we can go for the other. Yeah, Colossus gets targeted. There's one left and it's soon to be none left. It's so close. Can we get it? We can. Uno más. One more shot. One more shot. It does go down. A very successful attack there by HeRoMaRinE. He doesn't break the economy. He doesn't break through into the 3rd base. But here come the reinforcements. And Krystianer, he just lost everything. He lost all of his Colossus. He's trying to warp in desperately. No more shield batteries. No more overcharge. Zealots are coming in. So far, good kiting out of Gabe. We're down to 3 Stalkers. 3 Stalkers remaining. But another Colossus has arrived. And Krystianer, he's barely forcing this back. Barely holding on. We live, Papi. We live. Let's go. As from here, we're going to be able to back off. Krystianer, he buys himself a little bit of breathing room. He now has a shield battery, now has 2 Colossus. We can see that Krystianer, he's trying to stabilize here on 4 bases, but at the same time, HeRoMaRinE does dive in towards that natural. Again, barely giving Krystianer time to breathe. Zealots, they collapse on this. Big mine shots here on the Zealots. HeRoMaRinE, he does manage to escape, does manage to back up. Krystianer, he's holding. He is surviving. Now, HeRoMaRinE is still in the driver's seat. He still has an advantage. Like, he's ahead in the economy. He should be working towards a 4th base, 2nd starport on the way. Like, HeRoMaRinE, he's in the driver's seat right now. And Krystianer, he's still trying to maintain control of his own base. He still doesn't have any kind of presence on the map. Disruptors are on the way. Massive Marauder army here on the right-hand side. Going for the 4th. It's spotted. It's spotted. It's seeing the mine shots. How good are they going to be? A bit of a premature disruptor shot. That is disruptor shot. That is going to be a kill of the Nexus, not a cancel. Oh, a kill on the base. A brutal pickoff. A brutal pickoff. As HeRoMaRinE is going to come back in. This time we are in position. This time we actually have our army ready and waiting. Krystianers, I mean. Disruptors repositioning as well. HeRoMaRinE catching the Zealot run by. Ooh. Expensive losses here for Krystianer. Bleeding out so many Zealots, and you can see HeRoMaRinE take a massive supply lead. Reaching that 180. Almost maxed out. Now, Krystianer can take a fight with a good Nova. Like two. Two good Novas, and we can win a fight. Speaking of decent connections. Decent connections on HeRoMaRinE. Not the best splits. But still not good enough. We grazed the army. We got a handful of Marauders. You can see here was 5 Marauders and 5 Marines. A big anti-armor missile here on the army. Nova goes off. Good split there from Gabe. Losing 1 Marine. Much better reaction there from our Terran. He's going to be stepping on forward. Again, Nova looking to connect. Takes out a Marauder. Takes down a Marauder, and we almost do some friendly fire there. The Vikings going ham on the Colossus. But the Vikings will go down. Well, the Novas, though, once again not connecting. Krystianer's struggling a little bit here. Frazzled, a bit of a panic move there from Krystianer, fanning out his Novas. Doesn't connect. Yeah, you could see the panic there in the army control, and HeRoMaRinE, he just has too much. Killing so many disruptors. That was 5 disruptors going down. Once again, a good target firing by Gabe. And Krystianer, he's barely holding on, but you can see that his army is just being whittled away. There's barely anything left standing. 1 Colossus, 1 disruptor, a handful of gateway units. And HeRoMaRinE rallying across the map, keeping some supply back at home for some run-bys. You see he leaves a couple of Liberators, a couple of Marines, a couple of Marauders, ready for Zealots. And it looks like he will be backing up. He's going to be rotating around, going for another angle of attack. It's like, okay, you're barely surviving here. Let's go somewhere else. Let's make sure that you're not expanding. As we dive on the base, that's going to be a kill on the 5th. Ay, ay, ay. Not like this. Krystianer building back up to 3 disruptors. Trying to build back up. Still only on 64 workers. You can see that HeRoMaRinE, he's just outscaling him. He's got 71 SCVs. He has mules on top of that. He's pulling his opponent apart. Collapses on the 4th base. We do force a recall. Force a recall here to the right-hand side. And HeRoMaRinE has been in the driver's seat almost this entire game ever since the first attack. Ever since Krystianer lost his first couple of Colossus at the 3rd, he has been just on the back foot and has yet to recover. And HeRoMaRiNE's maxed. And here we go. We're going for a split push. Now, to be fair, this could work for Krystianer, but his recall is on cooldown. He can take a fight on the right, but he has nothing left here towards the left. No, sorry, he has a Colossus. He's in position. Does force the pick up. And again, this is the best chance for Krystianer, which is basically HeRoMaRinE splitting up his own army. Good splits against the Novas. Once again, beautifully done here. 1 Nova, a better connection here for Krystianer. Gets a handful of units, but it loses the Colossus. Colossus goes down. Disruptors, they wander into the army. Oof. Another Nova will connect, but we lose every single disruptor. Jump coming back in. HeRoMaRinE overextending a little bit. But again, he just killed another 5 disruptors and a Colossus. And the problem here is that HeRoMaRinE can afford trades. Krystianer can't. Krystianer, he's burning through his bank. I mean, he never built a bank. Krystianer, he barely has an economy. 57 workers, that is less than a 3-base economy. So sub 3 bases here for Krystianer. Ay, ay, ay. as he's trying to take another base. Again, running out of resources here in his main, in his natural. Unable to really sustain himself. You can see that again, Krystianer, he's surviving these attacks, but he's never able to build up. There he goes up. One Marauder. One Marauder goes down. We get another two here on the left-hand side as we dive on those disruptors. At the same time, we catch reinforcements. We get on top of the production. One of the Robos goes down. We're down to a single Robo left. That's a kill on the 5th base. And we're going for that final Robo. GG gets called. HeRoMaRinE will take game number 1. GG. GG, well played. Again, just a really aggressive style out of HeRoMaRinE. Very in the face of Krystianer and just never allowed him to build up. Again, when it came to almost every single fight that Krystianer took, he would survive, yes, but he would bleed out Disruptors and Colossus. Every single time, HeRoMaRinE would get some very valuable pickoffs. He would get some very valuable pickups there and just never allow Krystianer to build up an army. He was never able to build up a threatening force, just constantly being reset in the Disruptor count, reset in the Colossus count, and just always on the back foot. Always stuck defending. As you noticed, for the entire game actually, Krystianer never attacked. In the opener, he had a handful of Stalkers outside the natural, if you remember, but that was it. He could never freely go for Zealot run-bys, Prism harass, Stalker counterattacks. There was just nothing really pressuring the bases of HeRoMaRinE because of how aggressive HeRoMaRinE was. As here we go, I see some people in the chat, some clowns in the chat, but here we go in the bottom left-hand corner of Solaris, we have our German Terran, our red Terran player representing Team Mouse, leading the series 1-0. It is HeRoMaRinE. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponent, we have the blue Protoss player representing Team Blazer, the Polish Protoss. It is Krystianer. Diamantos, not at all. Krystianer, I would say he's one of the best Protoss in Europe right now. Obviously, when it comes to the top Protoss players, we have MaxPax, Showtime, and Skillus. They are top 3. But under top 3, who would I place under them? I would say Geralt and Krystianer are probably... Would they be 4th and 5th? Would I place Geralt and Krystianer above Hearthstone? Potentially. I think I might. It's hard to say. It's hard to say because Hearthstone doesn't compete too much. Like, obviously, Hearthstone is more of a content creator nowadays. But, yeah. Regardless of what kind of order you want to put them in. Oh, actually, now that I think about it, what about Gung Fu Bando? Gung Fu Bando is a wild card. I think because of that, they construct like top 7, top 8. So I would comfortably say that Krystianer is top 8 Protoss in Europe. Probably higher than that, arguably top 6, but comfortably top 8. As we do see here, HeRoMaRinE this time faking out a bunker rush here. Zealot, I say faking a bunker rush. Bunker is thrown down. Zealot has been chronoed out, so a bit of an overreaction from Krystianer. Basically, HeRoMaRinE in the opener, he hid the first Rax, made it look like the same build. He made it look like a proxy Rax opener. Clearly, it wasn't, as we're floating back, and Krystianer did overreact. So I really love the way that HeRoMaRinE just opened up, and he's playing with this series because of what happened in game 1. He forces Krystianer to be inefficient here in game 2. Again, this Zealot wasn't really worth it. Wasn't worth it, and he made it because of what happened in that first game. And because of how HeRoMaRinE did open. Behind this, going to be floating back into his main base. Working towards that CC on the low ground. And yeah, we're just getting into our builds. Getting into an eventual mine drop. So we can see that this game, HeRoMaRinE isn't going to deal as much economic damage early on. I spoke about how HeRoMaRinE achieved so much with his first push, but really I should emphasize the damage he dealt with his first couple of Reapers. If you remember, he killed 3 probes, and a shield battery, and a pylon. The first couple of Reapers were insane. So this time, Krystianer, he's having a cleaner start. A much cleaner, much more controlled start to the game. Oh, good movement there out of Krystianer, body blocking the Reaper. Very nicely done. Catches Gabe and will shut down the Reaper. And with that, Krystianer has gained map control. Quickly checking, I believe he denied the scout, and he did not. Oh, the Reaper did get close enough, did get eyes on the Twilight Council. The Reaper did its job. Scouting the tech, confirming the blink. It is going to be Blink Stalkers here by Krystianer. Winding it back a little bit, if you remember, Krystianer did play 2-gate Blink. 2-gate Blink in game number 1 into a third base, looking to do the same. Probe is in position. We only have 2 gateways here for Krystianer. Mind Drop is coming in. Krystianer wasn't quite where he needed to be. Here we go. The Widowmines, they drop right into the mineral line. Good reaction so far. We get 1 probe here towards the left. The probes are getting cornered. Oh, getting 3 probes in total. But the Mind Drop is going to be cleaned up. Is going to be cleaned up here. What did we lose? Oh, sorry, it was a Zealot, not a probe dying initially. So 4 probes for 3 Widowmines. Not a bad trade here by HeRoMaRinE. I would say it was okay for Gabe if he didn't lose the medevac. The medevac, the medevac was a little bit rough there, bleeding that out. So good defense by Krystianer. Good defense by Protoss. Third base is soon to be up and running. Soon to be up and running here, as again, it was an economic opener from a Protoss player. HeRoMaRinE, he scouts with the Marine. Upon seeing this Nexus, he does now know that it was, again, a 2-gate Blink opener. That HeRoMaRinE can chill back at home, salvage the bunkers, and look to move out. Once again, a 3-1-1 setup here by HeRoMaRinE. This is a very early attack, by the way. A very early push by Gabe. Moving out before we have any medevacs. Good move by Krystianer. He does run into this. He does slow it down. Ideally forcing a siege. Yeah, the tanks are forced to siege up. Slowing down the army. Liberator zoned away from the main. Again, you can see how more comfortable Krystianer is as he spotted the move out with the Observer. And can he pick up a tank? Oh! Looks like he can! The tank is going to be going down. 1 tank for 2 Stalkers. Well worth it for Krystianer. Getting a little bit greedy. Calming things down. Krystianer trying to shave off some more units, some more Marines. As he does have high ground vision. There is a tank in the high ground, tank in the main base. Volley goes off, but the Stalkers, they do slip into the mineral line. Threatening those SCVs. Getting a couple of them. Unfortunately, it takes 4 Stalkers to one-shot an SCV. Observer is going to get picked up. We go for the recall. We get 2 SCVs for a Stalker. Not the best trade for Krystianer. Bleeding out another Stalker here at the natural. So a bit of miscontrol there by Krystianer. Again, he had 4 Stalkers, but he wasn't able to quite blink in with everything. Did bleed out additional units, but we'll make it back home. Speaking of back at home, once again, a similar army composition. It's going to be Blink Stalkers, Charge Lots, Colossus. We're building ourselves up. Now that the Observer got sniped, remember, the scan did kill the Observer a couple of moments ago. HeRoMaRinE moves out, and Krystianer doesn't see the army. Does spot the move out with these Stalkers. Is getting ready. Shield battery is done, but Krystianer doesn't have much. Doesn't have much in position. That's 4 tanks here for HeRoMaRinE. Gabe, he does siege up within range of the pylon. Big volleys here on the Colossus. Yeah, pylon goes down, depowering the shield battery. Ay. Overcharge is depowered, and Gabe, he's snowballing out of control with this push. Getting within range of the Nexus. And forcing the army to engage, and Krystianer, he's just not ready. Not like this. Zealots, they just trickle into their deaths. They're being shut down. Good target firing as well on the Colossus, on the Stalkers. And GG gets called. HeRoMaRinE takes game number 2 and the series 2-0. GG. GG, well played. Krystianer had a much better start to this game, that is true. He was able to keep up with the move out, snipe a tank, deal some economic damage, defend against the early aggression, the mine drop, the liberator. It was a much cleaner start, but the push was still devastating. You can see that HeRoMaRinE, he was able to get up close and personal with that Nexus. The pylon was exposed, no backup pylon either. Without the overcharge, there was no way for Krystianer to hold. Even with the overcharge, it would have been difficult because there were 4 tanks. Like, that was an insane tank army, a sane tank count, and HeRoMaRinE, he does end up taking it here. GG, well played. GG.